Hello everyone, welcome to Ask Auntie L, where I answer your questions, concerns, and or give advice. And this video is very special because I got quite a few questions from my Facebook page. So, our first question to get things started is from Neil, who asks, how come the Hulk never rips his pants? In addition to this, I also got a follow-up question to this, which is from Scott asking, why do the Hulk's pants always fit him so perfectly as both Banner and the Hulk? Are they some sort of freaky sweatpants? Well, thank you, Internet, for providing the answer for this one. I did a Google search because I was racking my brain around it. I was like, that's a really good question. How come the Hulk never rips his pants? And I got an answer from the man himself, Stan Lee, from a interview that he did back in March of 2011. It was featured on the StackExchange.com, which is they have a sci-fi and fantasy forum where you ask all these different questions about different universes. And they actually had this interview from Stan Lee. So the interviewer asked him, did you ever try to make sense of the Hulk's magical purple pants? Why did they always conveniently remain intact while the rest of his clothes were ripped to shreds? Stan Lee's response was, I just figured that Bruce Banner had probably been a friend of Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic from the Fantastic Four, and Reed had given him some elastic trousers. There's an explanation for everything, but you may not be technically advanced enough to follow me on all of this. Thank you, Stan Lee, for always putting people in their place. So that's your answer from the internet and from the man himself, Stan Lee. He apparently is close friends with Mr. Fantastic, so he got his own pair of pants that would fit him both as Banner and the Hulk. So there you go. Our next question, another one from Scott. He has a lot of questions, so this is good. He asks a personal question for me. Auntie L, minions are awesome little things, but they seem to leave a trail of disaster behind them. If they were real and you could have one or some, would you? Why or why not? Would they be worth having around? Okay. As much as they would do my bidding, they are indeed little masters of destruction, and if I was an evil genius, maybe. However, given their track record, they seem to leave a path of destruction whoever their employer is. So I already adopted a new kitten who is a little terror in herself. So I think minions would just add to the chaos that is already my life right now. Yeah, and also I feel like the voices would get kind of annoying after a while. I work at a Head Start program, and we always try to convince the kids to use their big girl or big boy voices, not talking like minions. So I'm already dealing with minions on a day-to-day basis. So my answer is no. I would not want a horde of minions, or even one minion. So there's your answer for that one. My next question, I think, could be answered in a health class, but it comes from Kyle R., who asks, how are babies made? Now, I think everyone knows the answer to this one, however, we have varying theories on it. Kyle, first off, you need a man and a woman, or a woman and a turkey baster. So, it is a process to have a baby, okay? And unfortunately, some of us are not as fortunate to create life, and that is just the way it is, unfortunately. There are a lot of medical technologies out there that have made it very possible for people that cannot have children to have children now. So that's a wonderful thing. However, there is a myth that I thought tied in with this question very well. Whereas many people have heard that there's a certain sexual position that helps give a better result in terms of procreating and creating a child. However, scientific studies, according to babycenter.com, have shown that this is just a myth. Pretty much, if he squirts, you're good. Now, some feel that the missionary position is a good way to accomplish this whole baby-making scenario. However, it's pretty much proper timing, as well as, according to their information on babycenter.com, it's all about timing. Most women are more fertile for only 5 to 6 days during each of their cycles, the so-called fertility window. The fertility window opens 5 days before ovulation and closes on the day of ovulation. So, better get them in during that time frame, boys. Or ladies, if you're planning, that's the best time to do it. So those are my questions for today. Very informative, I'm sure, and some of you are probably cringing in your chair with the last question I just answered. But like I said, I'm willing to answer any questions or give advice on anything that you want to talk about, as long as it is relatively appropriate. Because like I said, I am a teacher, so I would try to keep them PG if possible. Okay, so thank you very much. And so those are the questions that I have today. So be sure to subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below if you would like a question answered or if you need advice on something. And be sure to check out my Facebook page, which you can access at Ask Auntie L. And hopefully we can get those questions answered soon. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.